Good morning. It is Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. I'm back here for Daily Shakeup number 542. And today we want to talk about change. Yes, organizational change, team change, and personal change. And they're all tied together, especially on the topic for today, which is one of the things that actually gets in the way of the change we say we really desire. And that challenge is that we tend to talk about the outcomes that we want, the different outcomes we want, the so-called better outcomes we want, instead of focusing on the behaviors, the perspective shifts, and the new or different actions we need to engage in and transition into in order to transform the outcomes. Here's a list of some of what I call the kiss of death phrases when it comes to change or improvement. We need to communicate better. We need to do better or have more accountability. We need to listen better. We need to be more decisive. I need to be more thoughtful. I need to be more present. I need to be a better delegator. You name it. Notice how all of these are the desired outcomes. And while that's a decent starting point, we tend to stop there without figuring out how do we actually improve those things? How do I improve those things? So they're good in theory, but what we really need to do is we need to address what are the different behaviors, the perspective shifts or different actions that we need to engage in, support, build muscles around that will help us achieve those new and different desired outcomes. Another thing we fail at is we ignore the reality that most of the time when we want a desired different outcome, we've got to, more importantly, understand and address the obstacles to those outcomes. In many cases, the path to those different outcomes is more about removing the obstacles than finding new ways. So, for example, we want to listen better. Instead of saying we want to listen better, oh, that means I need to listen better. That's not likely to work. Instead, we need to understand, why don't I listen well? What gets in the way of my listening? And start addressing and removing those obstacles so that we achieve the outcome that we say we desire. Bottom line is this: if you want to change your outcomes, don't stop with listing the new outcomes. Instead, focus on what are the behaviors, what are the perspectives, what are the actions that need to be different in order to achieve those new and different outcomes. And in particular, take a look, what's in the way of those different behaviors that will drive those different outcomes. That's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you. And by all means, stay connected.